Calculate Linux is one of those fascinating Linux distributions that quietly maintain a loyal user base while offering something different from the mainstream choices. It is based on Gentoo Linux, a distribution known for its source-based approach, flexibility, and performance optimization. Yet it removes many of the barriers that typically keep users away from Gentoo. While Gentoo is loved by advanced users who enjoy compiling everything from source and customizing every component of their system, it requires significant time, knowledge, and patience. Calculate Linux takes that concept and makes it far more practical for everyday use. The goal of Calculate Linux is to create a system that retains the power, flexibility, and performance advantages of Gentoo while providing sane defaults, binary packages for fast installation, easy maintenance tools, and a pre-configured environment ready to use out of the box. This makes Calculate Linux appealing for users who want the speed and control of Gentoo without the complexity typically associated with it. To understand what Calculate Linux offers, you have to start with the philosophy behind the distribution. Calculate Linux aims to provide a fast, efficient, customizable, and scalable operating system that can work for home users, businesses, schools, and servers alike. Unlike many distributions that mainly focus on the desktop experience or enterprise deployment, Calculate Linux tries to bridge both worlds. It provides a polished desktop environment, tools for managing user profiles across multiple systems, a robust network integration system, and a rolling release model that ensures users always have access to the latest software. Yet it doesn't sacrifice stability. Because packages are built and tested on top of Gentoo's reliable core, Calculate Linux provides several additions, each tailored for different use cases. There is Calculate Linux Desktop, which comes in multiple graphical options such as KDE Plasma, XFCE, and Mate. These additions are meant for everyday desktop users who want a ready-to-use system. Then there is Calculate Directory Server, which provides a centralized identity and authentication server using LDAP and There is also Calculate Linux Scratch, which is an extremely minimal system designed for those who want to build their environment from the ground up. Similar to Gentoo, but with the convenience of Calculate's tools. And finally, there is Calculate Container and Calculate Media Center, which serve more specific purposes like container deployment or multimedia entertainment. What makes Calculate Linux special is the combination of a Gentoo foundation with a binary package system. Gentoo is traditionally source-based, meaning users compile software directly on their machine, optimizing it to their hardware. This is powerful but time-consuming. Calculate Linux, on the other hand, provides precompiled binary packages for most software, which dramatically reduces installation time. For example, installing a KDE Plasma desktop environment on raw Gentoo could take hours while everything compiles. On Calculate Linux, it installs in minutes. Yet the system remains compatible with Gentoo's Portage Package Manager, meaning users can still compile from source if they prefer. This hybrid model gives users the best of both worlds: the speed of binaries and the flexibility of source-based customization. Another significant feature of Calculate Linux is its rolling release model. Instead of releasing big version upgrades like Ubuntu or Fedora, Calculate Linux constantly updates. This means users don't need to reinstall their system or wait for major releases. They always have the latest features and security patches. However, unlike other rolling release distros such as Arch Linux, Calculate Linux takes a more conservative approach. It follows Gentoo's stable branch, which means packages are tested and vetted before being pushed to users. This reduces the chances of major breakages and makes the system suitable for long-term use in professional environments. One of the most impressive parts of Calculate Linux is the Calculate Utilities framework. This is a set of tools designed to simplify system configuration and maintenance. With Calculate Utilities, users can manage user profiles, install or update the system, configure network settings, and much more. These tools are command line based but extremely user-friendly, making tasks that would normally require deep Linux knowledge much easier. For example, you can deploy a fully configured desktop environment across multiple computers with just a few commands using Calculate templates. These templates allow administrators to apply consistent system configurations across a network, which is extremely valuable for schools, offices, and organizations where multiple machines need identical setups. The Calculate Utilities system also integrates neatly with OpenLDAP, allowing centralized authentication. This means users can log into any computer on a network using the same account credentials, similar to how enterprise Windows domains work. This feature alone makes Calculate Linux stand out because it provides enterprise-level tools for free and without unnecessary complexity. The performance of Calculate Linux is one of its strongest selling points. Because it is built on Gentoo, it inherits Gentoo's emphasis on optimization. Software can be compiled with custom flags that optimize it for specific hardware architectures. Even when using binary packages, they are built with performance in mind. The system feels exceptionally fast, lightweight, and responsive compared to many other Linux distributions. The desktop editions, especially the XFCE variant, boot quickly and use minimal system resources. Applications launch instantly, and multitasking feels smooth even on older hardware. The KDE Plasma Edition is also highly polished and performs better than some other Plasma implementations because the system is tuned for efficiency. Calculate Linux also shines in stability. Even though it is a rolling release distribution, the developers ensure that updates do not break the system. They test packages thoroughly, and since Gentoo's stable tree moves slower than bleeding-edge distributions like Arch or OpenSUSE Tumbleweed, Calculate Linux inherits this cautious stability. This makes it a great choice for users who want the benefits of a rolling release system without the risks. Calculate Linux supports a wide range of hardware thanks to Gentoo's flexibility. It runs well on both modern and older machines. The installation process is fast and straightforward because Calculate Linux comes with a graphical installer that handles everything from partitioning to package selection. After installation, users get a system that works immediately without needing to manually install drivers or codecs. Printing, network connections, and multimedia support are available by default, making it accessible even for beginners. Despite being user-friendly, Calculate Linux remains a paradise for power users. Advanced users can modify USE flags, compile software from source, rebuild the system using portage, or even create custom ISO images. This makes it ideal for developers, system administrators, and enthusiasts who want complete control over their system. At the same time, casual users can simply use the system without ever touching these advanced features. This duality is one of Calculate Linux's greatest strengths. It is powerful enough for experts, but simple enough for everyday users. The Calculate Linux Directory Server Edition is it transforms your computer into a full enterprise-level server capable of managing user accounts, access permissions, file sharing, domain integration, and even network-wide profiles. This is extremely valuable for businesses, schools, and internet cafes where multiple computers need to be centrally managed. The Server Edition supports various authentication protocols, making it fully compatible with Windows networks. It allows administrators to create domain controllers, manage group policies, and integrate Linux clients seamlessly into an existing infrastructure. The ease of setting up an LDAP server with Calculate Linux is remarkable compared to other distributions that require extensive configuration. Security is another area where Calculate Linux excels. Because it is based on Gentoo, the system benefits from a robust security framework. Gentoo has a strong focus on transparency, stability, and security. Calculate Linux updates regularly and patches vulnerabilities quickly. Users who want hardened configurations can apply security-focused compile options or choose specific hardened profiles. While this is typically advanced territory, Calculate Linux makes it easier to manage. Calculate Linux also avoids unnecessary bloat. Many distributions ship with numerous background services that slow down performance and increase the system's attack surface. Calculate Linux includes only what is necessary, and users can choose to install additional software as needed. The system remains lightweight yet fully functional, giving users a clean and efficient environment. The Calculate Linux Scratch Edition is one of the most interesting variants. It provides only the essential system components, allowing users to build their own custom environment from scratch. This edition is perfect for advanced users who want total control, as it provides a clean slate similar to Gentoo stage builds but with Calculate's tools available. This edition is ideal for creating custom servers, minimal systems for embedded devices, personalized desktop environments, or even your own custom Linux distribution. Calculate Linux snapshotting and backup support are also high quality. Users can take system snapshots, revert to previous states, and manage backups without needing third-party tools. This is particularly useful when running a rolling release system, as it adds peace of mind by ensuring that any problematic update can be undone. In terms of software availability, Calculate Linux gives users access to Gentoo's massive Portage repository. Portage is one of the most powerful package managers in the Linux world, offering fine-grained control over software installation and dependency management. Users can install virtually any software available on Gentoo, whether as a binary package or compiled from source. Calculate Linux also supports overlays, which are additional repositories containing more experimental or specialized software. Managing overlays is simple, using tools like Layman or East. This gives users an enormous range of software options and customization capabilities. Another aspect that makes Calculate Linux stand out is its visual polish. Even though it is a Gentoo-based distribution traditionally seen as bare bones or minimal, Calculate Linux provides a very refined desktop experience. The KDE edition features a sleek and modern look with carefully chosen themes and icons. It feels professional and cohesive right out of the box. The XFCE and Mate editions, although lightweight, also have a clean and well-presented appearance. Unlike some distributions that overwhelm users with flashy themes or heavy visual modifications, Calculate Linux takes a balanced approach. It looks modern and stylish without sacrificing performance. The developers clearly focus on maintaining consistency and reliability rather than chasing trends. Calculate Linux has a relatively small but dedicated community. It may not have the massive user bases of Ubuntu, Fedora, or Arch, but its community is highly knowledgeable, friendly, and passionate about Gentoo-based systems. Support is available through forums, IRC channels, and documentation. The official documentation is surprisingly thorough and well-written, covering everything from installation to server configuration. New users will find it easier to learn Calculate Linux compared to Gentoo because the documentation includes practical examples, explanations of tools, and guidance for common tasks. One of the unique strengths of Calculate Linux is its template-based configuration system. This system allows administrators to apply predefined configurations to multiple machines at once. Templates can modify system files, user profiles, network settings, and software installations. This makes it incredibly easy to deploy uniform configurations across a fleet of desktops or servers. Templates can be customized, extended, or combined, giving organizations powerful tools for automation and management. This capability is especially appealing to IT administrators who want to save time and reduce manual configuration work. Calculate Linux also supports roaming profiles, meaning a user's settings and preferences can follow them from one machine to another on the same network. This is particularly useful in shared environments like schools or offices, where multiple users rotate between different computers. Multimedia support in Calculate Linux is excellent. Codecs for popular formats such as MP3, MP4, AAC, and others work out of the box. Hardware acceleration for video playback is enabled by default on supported graphics cards. The system is also optimized for audio production, video editing, and gaming thanks to Gentoo's performance-oriented structure. Users who want to play Steam games, use Wine, run creative software, or work with large media files will find Calculate Linux exceptionally smooth and responsive. Gaming performance is strong due to optimized kernels and efficient resource management. Calculate Linux provides kernel options for those who want to further customize or optimize performance. Users can choose from Calculate's own kernel, Gentoo's kernel, or custom-compiled kernels. This flexibility allows users to fine-tune their system to match their hardware and workload. Another great feature is the live system. Calculate Linux offers a fully functional live environment that can be used for installation, troubleshooting, or simply exploring the system without making changes to your computer. The live environment includes all the tools users need to test hardware compatibility, evaluate the desktop environment, or perform system recovery tasks. Installation from the live environment is fast, and the installer provides options for automatic or manual partitioning. Calculate Linux also respects user privacy. The system does not include telemetry, tracking services, or proprietary components unless the user chooses to install them. This makes it a strong choice for privacy-conscious users who want a clean and transparent operating system. Because Calculate Linux is based on Gentoo, it allows users to see exactly what is installed on their system and how it is built. Nothing is hidden and everything is customizable. Even though Calculate Linux is not as popular as Ubuntu or Arch, it occupies a unique space in the Linux ecosystem. It bridges the gap between user-friendly distributions and highly customizable source-based systems. It gives users power without overwhelming them and performance without requiring hours of compilation. It provides enterprise-level tools without enterprise-level complexity or cost. It is a distribution designed for people who want efficiency, speed, and control, whether they are using Linux at home, in the office, or across an entire organization. The future of Calculate Linux looks promising because it continues to evolve alongside you. The The developers are active and focused on stability and refinement rather than chasing hype or frequent user interface changes. This makes Calculate Linux a reliable choice for long-term use. Whether you are a Linux enthusiast, a system administrator, a developer, or simply someone looking for a fast and stable operating system, Calculate Linux offers a compelling package. It is powerful, yet approachable, optimized, yet flexible, stable, yet cutting edge thanks to its rolling release nature. It is a distro that rewards users who want to explore its capabilities, but also serves as a dependable everyday system for those who just need a reliable environment. In a world where Linux distributions range from overly simplified to overwhelmingly complex, Calculate Linux stands proudly in the middle. It brings Gentoo's legendary performance and configurability to the average user while preserving everything that power users love. It is polished, efficient, and uniquely balanced. If you want a Linux distribution that is fast, stable, customizable, and suitable for personal or professional use, Calculate Linux is absolutely worth exploring. It may not be the loudest or most mainstream distro, but for many users, it is exactly the right one. And once you experience the speed, reliability, and precision of a Gentoo-based system with the convenience of Calculate Linux's tools, you might never want to go back to anything else.